Welcome to part 3 where you're gonna understand how to test ICs using the multimeter. The board is powered and I'll teach you how to test ICs step by step. So first you have to locate the inputs and outputs. This is basically the charge IC ISL 6251. But you gotta understand how to test all kinds of IC. So first we have to check the DCN. The first input is the DCN. So the DCN for this kind of IC, based on the schematic, as you can see, is the pin number 24. So here we have the first pin number 12, 13, 24. We have to find 19 volt. As you can see in the multimeter, we have 18.7. The DCN is present, the first input. The second input is the VDD, IC power supply. So for this IC, we find the VDD in the pin number 1. We have to find 5 volt. This is the second input. We have 5 volt. The third input, very important, is enable. We have to find it in pin number 3. So let's check. We have to find 3.3 volt. So here we have pin number 3 connected to this resistor. So let's check this resistor. We have 0. The 3.3 volt is absent. Why? Because the battery is not connected. Once the battery is connected, the enable will be present here. The next input is the V reference. Based on the schematic, we have to find it in pin number 8. It's about 3 volt. So let's check. So we have pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is pin number 8. So if we check pin number 8, as you can see, we have about 2.4. The next input, so please attention, to get the outputs, we have to check the inputs. If the inputs is not present, we will not get the output. So the next input is the VDDP, or gate driver supply. We will find it in pin number 15. So the black probe on the ground, we have here 12, 13, 14, 15. We have to find 5 volt. As you can see in the multimeter, we get 5 volt. And another very important input, without it all ICs cannot work, the boot signal or voltage. Here we will find it in pin number 16. So usually or even always the boot is about 5%. So let's check. So we have 13, 14, 15. We have 16 here. Let's check. We have 4.9. This is 5 volt. So this is basically the most important inputs. Once we get all these inputs, means this switch will be activated. Let's check. So here basically we have source and here we have drain and this is the gate. Here we have 19 volt. We should find the control signal. Let's check. We have 8 volt. Good. Means we will get 19 volt in this side. We get 19 volt. So without all inputs here, this IC will not send the control signal to let 19 volt to pass from this side to this side. As you can see. So without all inputs, we will not get here 8 volt. Means the 19 volt will stop here. It will not pass to this side. So this is how we test the ICs. Basically the ICs, you cannot test it using just the multimeter. You have to power it and test it. And of course you have always to refer to its schematic or to use its reference and search in the internet to find its pinouts. So I have a question here. How we can test ICs without powering on the board? So to test ICs without powering on the board, I'll give you basically 2 or 3 methods. The first method is to select the continuity option on the multimeter. We have here continuity option, and to check the ceramic capacitors around the IC. If all ceramic capacitors are good, no short, means the IC is good, not shorted. This is the first test. The second test is to power the board and check the heat of the IC. If the heat of the IC is not normal, overheated, means the IC is shorted. The third method is to check the state of the IC. Is it good or not? Using, of course, the visual inspection. For example, this IC is a good IC. This one here, blowed IC. This is bad. So without even power the board, the IC is clear. You have to replace it. So I hope you understand. Please don't forget to subscribe, share and like the video. And for more unique content, you can join me on my Patreon page. You are very welcome.